It moves.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Do Work Exotics. So today I'm going to give you a little overview of the B9 Audi A4. It's a really cool car with this cool dash. I wanted to make a whole video about it. Like I said in my past videos, it's getting a little colder out, so the 550 here is not going to be going on as many drives, but I'm taking it out tomorrow, make a whole video about it. But for now, let's get on to the B9 Audi A4. So first of all, I'm really impressed with the new key. Audi finally changed it up. They used to just have the switchblade where you click the little button and it flips out. That's exactly what's on my 2006 Audi A4. They had that for a long time. Then they had just kind of the square key that you had to put into the slot, which made no sense to me. Why is it keyless entry and keyless start, yet you still have to put it into the slot to start it? You know, it should be, if it's keyless entry and keyless start, you should just leave it in your pocket. So finally, this is how this key works. It's a really, really good system. It's a nice sleek key, has a nice weight to it, and these buttons are nice. They have a nice little finish on them, as you can see, and have a nice touch. So one of my key features that I love about the new B9 Audi A4 S4 is the headlights. So the headlights has been Audi's big selling point for the past couple years, and I'm not gonna lie, these look stunning. They're really good looking headlights. And most importantly, they are not only good looking, they are extremely effective. You can see so well with this headlight package. This has to have an upgraded package to it because it is just, the night visibility is really, really good. This car also has the S-Line package in it. So what you get with the S-Line is actually a decent amount. Ooh, look, the 550 actually looks pretty good back there. So with the S-Line package, you get a bunch of things, from better wheels to a better front bumper. This front bumper is actually pretty aggressive. It's pretty deep here, and you can see actually there's these little air vents. See the air vent goes through there? These little air vents that channel air around the bumper, and it looks really cool. I'm just really impressed with how well it looks. It honestly looks like an Audi S4. Another thing I'm really impressed with the new B9 Audi A4 is that it has two exhaust pipes. So in the past, the Audi A4s only had two exhaust pipes here. It's just two little pipes next to each other. I never liked that look. I like that it has both on both sides. That is how my B7 Audi A4 is. I like having them on both sides. I think it just looks better. Okay, so with the key in my pocket, let's get in the Audi. We have to do one pull, opens up. And you're immediately greeted with a nice little Audi Quattro badge here with the emblems. I'm just gonna start the electronics here first. As you can see, this nice little red accents that all come along the cabin. It looks really nice. Really good looking interior. This dash is beyond cool. Audi has really set the standard here, and no other company is doing this or even doing it well. So I am beyond impressed with how this all works. Just gonna give a brief overview here. So this is your main screen. Let's go here, main screen. So as you can see, there's a lot of good information here on this screen. And it starts off with the basics from, you know, knowing how many RPMs you're doing to the speed, but then it has the date and time and more information about the vehicle. I'm also really impressed that it has information about the coolant temperature and the oil temperature, something that you just don't find on other cars. Then you can scroll down, look at fuel consumption. So one thing I'm really impressed with this car is, even though I was actually giving it a lot of gas and really wanted to feel the power, it still gets fantastic gas mileage. This is still a 4-cylinder. It's got like 250 horsepower and 275 pounds of torque, so it's really good numbers, but it's the torque that makes this car fast. The gear ratios are also pretty close, so it really just bangs through the gears really quickly, and that makes this car, like I said, fast. Just memory, long-term, short-term, energy consumption, all that. Driver's assistance, traffic assistance. I mean, these Audis are full of technology. So,
you can go through all the different views, additional displays. I like this because you can customize it. So I can make it, fuel consumption, average speed, distance, blah, 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 blah. I like that you can customize it. Customization is really important, and it should be highlighted, to be one of the most important factors when, you have this much technology in the cabin. Then there is a view button down here, and this view button immediately changes the display. I really like that. It's nice because this is really clear and visible to see, what's the speed you're going and the tachometer. One thing that's really impressive is I can see a lot of different people enjoying this view or this view. The thing I like about this is maybe, you have hard time seeing the gauges as much. I mean, there's a lot of information here. That's the one con I would say. That's a lot of info. So maybe you just want to clean it up, just one click button, and boom, it's cleaned up. But, if you're kind of a tech guy like me and want to see what all works and what all you can do with this car, then you can click through all the other features. My one big feature I just love, this digital dash, because you can see literally everything and anything. I mean, it is so cool. This is all through the center screen too. I mean, once again, that's how cool this is. This is all from the center screen. This isn't from, what you technically always are used to seeing your nav on. It is from this center screen here where your tach and speedo are. Once again, this view button, it can immediately make everything bigger, when it comes to just your driving dynamics, speed. So I really like, once again, you click it, boom. I know how fast I'm going, I know my tach, but if I want to get that out of the way, one click. Really like that feature. So here we are again into the nav screen. It's really cool to see how it all works, see how it all, all the customizations you can do with it. And this can help dramatically when using the navigation. You keep your eyes on the road. It's merely a glance down. It's not an over. And I think this is just really a genius thing by Audi. To get into this, and once again, they demand and command the market with this one. There's no other company that I see that is using this technology. On top of it, the reaction speed is really quick. I mean, it's just a click away, and the car has never really hung up on any command I've asked it to do. So once again, that's really impressive. I like here on the roller wheel, I can zoom in or zoom out, and it's just really clear and crisp. I mean, really impressive with how this digital dash works. Next, on to the steering wheel. So the steering wheel, some of these cars these days have such complex steering wheels that it almost it makes it hard to drive it. You're always hitting these buttons when you're driving the car. Well, it's nice because they're really simple. Basic thing from heated steering wheel, getting onto the nav, the view button, as I showed you guys, that makes everything bigger or smaller. Back button, just the roller buttons. Once again, that controls the zooming and basic volume controls. Everything from phone, so it's just really basic. It's only like a couple buttons per cluster here, so it's not too bad. They also rock from side to side, and that can make more customizations that as you can see here, depending on you want to go to your last destination or your favorites. So really cool how they have that incorporated. The one thing with the A4s, and I believe even the S4s, is that they do have these paddle shifters, and while they're great and effective, they're just plastic. They have a nice feel to them, but nothing, I just feel like if you're gonna put paddle shifters on them, I like them this size, especially on this luxury type of car, but please give me some metal ones. They just feel a little flimsy to me. Now, on to the center stack here. Well, since the Audi has all of its technology here, it really doesn't put a lot of buttons here, and I like that. I really do like that. This is just your basic little trackpad that you can work with and scroll and tap, and then on top of it you have radio, nav, all the things you would ever want to use in a daily driver. What's nice about this system here is really easy to use, really just toggle switches, radio, media, telephone, nav. I mean, it's that easy to use. And then once again, from this little scroller here, that's how you control the screen. And like I said, you can zoom in, zoom out, really effective. But it kind of, makes the point of, well, if you have this, you really don't need to use this then as much. So it's just something that is interesting to me that you can get them on both, but hey, it's cool that you can see both. And really, when it comes down to it, you can just really listen to the radio on this one, and this one use the nav. That's at least how I have been using it here in the car. So one thing that's different about this car is this is where the volume control is. Kind of out of space from everything else. That said though, I'm most likely like 95% of the time gonna be using it here. It's just kind of an odd button over here. You can kind of see how random it is. It's just, I don't know. I wish maybe it was up here or over here a little more, you know, but to each his own. Another thing, the shifter. So all car companies are going towards these new shifting things. Whether they're good or bad, I don't really know. I'm an old school guy. If I have an automatic transmission, I like putting it in drive, but whatever. You just have to get used to it. It's not too bad. You just push it to go into drive, and same thing into reverse. The biggest difference is there's no park. Really, just to park it, you just click the button. It's just something you just have to get used to, and over time, it would not really be an issue. So, climate control, everything really easy to use. I love these touch-sensitive buttons. You go to them and watch. I'm not pressing it, I'm just touching it. And then it gives you all your options. So I really like how that works. Really unique feature. So you can just increase, you know, like I said, these are all just touch-sensitive, but they light up as you glide across. So really neat feature with that. These have a nice weight to them. Really nice weight, nice click. Heated seats, all of that. All of the drive select functions here are really well, you know, documented on this screen. So I'm just gonna focus on the screen here and then go through the options. So I'm in comfort now. But you can put it on auto, dynamic, and individual. What it does a bunch of things from, you know, makes it, the gears hold a little longer, gives you some more power, just stuff like that. So it's really cool. This is an A4, so I'm not looking for maximum performance. I'd be more interested in an S4 at that point. That said though, this little A4 is extremely, extremely quick for what it is. This shift time is really responsive. Watch. Boom. I mean, there's like a miniature delay, but really impressive. The downshifts are fast. They're like they're properly fast. And having Quattro in weather like this, it's, you know, 43 degrees out, there's wet leaves all over the road. I get it, it doesn't save everything, but man, it gives you a lot of good traction when you're trying to accelerate. Very impressive. You know, I'm used to my little 4-cylinder Audi A4, and while it's a good little car, it's nothing insanely fast at all. Where this car, it does 0 to 60 in like the mid 5-second range, and that's pretty good for a little 4-cylinder. So I was really impressed with the power.
So one thing I do have to say about the new B9 Audi S4 is that the size of it, it's really large. Every model, I swear, they just get a little bigger. So compared to my B7, the B8 is much larger, and even the B9 here, the B9 just looks bigger. It's just happening with everything. The 3 Series, the 5 Series, everything's just getting bigger. Same with all the Audis, the Mercedes. It's just one thing I've had to get used to. My little B7 Audi A4 is much smaller than this. And that's really where the new A3 comes in. The A3 is definitely the new A4 size of later years. Just something to note. Okay everyone, so that is my overview on the B9 Audi A4 S4 line. I really like what they did with this car. It's crazy that I own an A4 and it's nothing like this. The dramatic transformation that has happened in 12 years, I mean, it has been dramatic. It's crazy with how well this Audi is built, how well it feels on the road. It's extremely stable, it's extremely quick for what it is, and then it gets 30 miles per gallon all the time. So it's just really impressive car. I highly encourage you to look at one if you're interested in buying an Audi. Definitely go give the Audi A4 a look over because it's really impressive and the tech is insane. If you are a tech guy, buy an Audi. I don't think any other brand is even cutting it close to what this car can do right now with the technology. The digital dash is something that everyone I've showed this car to, they're all just all enamored by, wow, I need to look at that tech and look at that digital dash. It's just fun to play with. So that's my overview of the Audi A4. I really like it, really enjoy it. I gotta go get mine back though from getting the timing belt done. And then I'm gonna start making some more videos on this bad boy too. So feel free to subscribe and I'll see you guys next video. Thanks.